Hey guys, what's up? Um, so in this video, someone showed me how to demonstrate how I do my Merkabah meditation. This was something that I've done. I kind of put together with the information that I've collected over the time of reading certain books and just seeing what works with me. So while you watch the video, utilize the techniques. Feel free to share it. But also, the most important is that I want you guys to really find a way to tailor it to what fits your soul, to what fits you, what you're more comfortable with. All right. The book that I mentioned in the video, this is going to be a different recording because I did this 2 days ago and I didn't get a chance to record the beginning. So I just wanted to do this real quick and also mention the book, show you the book that I mentioned in the video. So the book that I mentioned, the Flower of Life book by Jonville Melchizedek, it looks like this. Jonville Melchizedek. And there's 2 volumes. This is actually volume 2. And volume 1 looks just like this. Same book, it just says volume 1. Volume 1 teach you the history and the information about it. Volume 2 show you the actual practice. So I would suggest to get both if you're interested. Another thing I really wanted to mention here is that even me, like I've done this several times. When I first started doing this, it was around 2015. I was doing this and I got some great results. This is the time when I was astral projecting and there was a lot of great things that was happening. I kind of fell off. I was doing a lot of my meditations and I kind of like strayed away a little bit. But going back into it, I've learned that other practices also will help me get there. And it's just, so yeah, other kind of like practices help me get to where I want to get. So I really want to let you guys know that energy, you guys already know energy constantly moves. So if energy is constantly changing, then know that certain things that work for you will not work for you. If you keep doing them, you have to evolve. You have to get past your ego, past your mindset, past your practices. You have to try different things. So I'm more into doing meditations where I could like do different types of meditation, like death meditation, what it would feel like when other people's crying over me, like my system's shutting down. And my homeboy Kalfani, he's the one that told me to try to do that. Or even just looking into the mirror and meditating, or even just meditating or listening to my own sound while I'm asleep, my own voice while I'm asleep. Just try different things. Don't think that one way is going to get you to where you want to go. All right, so never stay complacent with just one aspect or way of thinking. Things are constantly changing, and when you're in seek of truth, you will have information that no longer resonate with you. Okay, you will have obtain information even from yourself where whatever you believed may come the truth that you've learned. Be fluid. Be fluid. Be fluid. All right, I have the fan on. I think that's why my throat is like acting up. But I didn't want to make this too long. You guys check out the video. Remember, you could get this book if you want to. I think it's on Amazon or something. I got it for cheap. I don't know how much it is now. All right, let me know what you guys think. Please comment below and feel free to share. All right, peace, y'all. Okay, so this is how I prepare my stones to do my Merkabah meditation. I'm just gonna put clips of videos together that I put so you guys can understand. So the Merkabah, as you know, is if you look at the image, it's pretty much a triangle going up and a triangle going down, right? So this is, I do my first triangle with 3 stones, 1, 2, 3, and they connect like that. So that's the first triangle. And then the second triangle is this stone, 2, and this one over here, 3. All right, so that's the one that's upside down. So it really looks like this. All right, now then I sit in the middle of it. I sit right in the middle of it, and I pretty much envision my Merkabah field. So now you're talking to your own energetical field. Dr. Blair also talks about this energetical field, because we are in a light body vehicle. So we want to constantly train and connect our higher selves, our energetical body, to activate and to connect with ourselves, our mind, our body, everything, right? So you put these stones on the floor. It's your choice if you want to put like those little tea candles on by each of the stones if you want to. You can also add a candle to focus on. I like to add a candle to focus on, which I'll show you in a second. And you'll just say, I state your name, activate Ya Merkabah to do whatever it is you want to do. Connect with my higher self, connect with my ancestors, grow stronger, grow taller, be impenetrable, you know, whatever it is that you want. And you keep doing this every time, and you close your eyes and you just imagine your Merkabah field like glowing. I like to look at it as a gold. I like to envision it to be Okay, I like to envision it to be a gold glow, or you could do a white glow. Gold, of course, is the color of melanin. It's all the chakras put together, so why not? You could also, even while you're doing this, you could also, I forgot this guy's name, but this meditation that I did was actually pretty powerful, where you just imagine from your tippy toenails all the way to the top of your head just turning gold. You can do that too, sitting in the Merkabah field. So it's kind of like an upload. You see your toes turning gold, then you see your ankles, and then your knees, and then your shin. You just go up all the way to your body, then your fingertips, your fingernails, your hands, your palm, your wrist, little by little. Don't rush it, take your time. And it's really powerful, because you start to really, if you're eating healthy and you're drinking a lot of water right now, as you should, you will get a really good vibration. You'll feel it, and it's just going to be amazing. Here's an extra tip. Once you guys really feel like you're in a good space, you're actually in the meditation, you're not really bothered about anything or any kind of crazy thoughts, like you're just vibrating on a certain type of frequency, you feel that light, or you could even envision your Merkabah getting bigger and stronger, or just like glowing. Now you could start to like just relax and let the information come into you and everything like that. Here's a quick tip. A lot of people can't do this. I think I got this from Pharaoh, Young Pharaoh. Shout out to Young Pharaoh. I learned so much from him when I first met him, like 4 years ago, maybe almost 5 years now. Y'all know some of y'all, a lot of y'all know Young Pharaoh. If you don't know, go check out his page. Very knowledgeable man. He was teaching about breath work. One of those old videos that he did, maybe like 3-4 years ago. I think he mentioned this. Melchizedek also mentioned this, so I think it's kind of cool when I could like learn the same kind of thing from different type of people. Try to breathe 4 breaths in 1 minute. 4 breaths in 1 minute. I know it sounds crazy, but it's possible if you focus and you. Sorry, it keeps cutting off because people keep calling me and texting me around the time when I want to do a video. But anyway. Try to take 4 breaths in 1 minute. So as soon as you sit down, before you even think about calling upon your Merkabah field to like glow up, focus on your breath first. And what you could do is try to inhale for 10 seconds. And don't rush 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. If you need a timer, use a timer until you get used to see how long 10 seconds is. Inhale. And I like to do it in small increments, so it's not like you take one big inhale and now you can't continue on. And I don't want you to hold your breath either. You're taking a breath. So in 10 seconds, it's like all the way to 10. That's one breath. And then you release in 10 seconds, very slowly. 10 seconds. Do that 4 times. Let me make sure I'm saying that correctly. So yeah, it's really gonna end up being about maybe three breaths in a minute. So you take your first inhale in 10 seconds, your first exhale in 10 seconds. That's already 20 seconds. Now you take your next inhale, 10 seconds, your next exhale, 10 seconds. You're already at 40 seconds. All right, then you do it again, 10 seconds, another 10 seconds out. That's already 60 seconds. So you're really going to be doing like 3 breaths. But try to do like 4 breaths. So if you could do up to 8 seconds, that's fine. You guys, when you focus on your breath and you really slow it down, not only are you combining both your right and your left brain together, you guys are really like sealing the electrical force within you and empowering it to rev up your system even more. So the more you keep doing this, after a while, naturally when you just relax, you're going to realize your breath is better, your circulation, your mental clarity, the way you think, the way you come up with your problem solving skills. Like you're going to be healing your body. But during the meditation, the more you do this, no lie, I think by the time I got to like 2 weeks of me doing this, naturally I just started to breathe like that, and I literally started to vibrate. I felt like I was like vibrating, not as much. Like my homegirl Shaniqua, she also did this also, and we were talking about it, and she was like, yo, she was vibrating heavy because she was like straight vegan. She was doing a cleanse and she was doing that. She was on it. She was vibrating, like she was like, yo, she didn't even understand what was going on. When you do that breath work on top of this Merkabah meditation, you guys are definitely revving up your system. You're going to see some amazing, amazing results in your health, in your mental clarity, your mindset, and in your spirituality. So back to this. So make sure you guys do your first triangle like that. And then your next triangle, which is upside down. All right. You see it? And then on the top, what I like to do is I like to put a quartz on top of whatever stone that I have. And then I like to also use a candle. So when I'm sitting, I'm focusing on on that on that candle. All right. Another thing, if you guys want to, it doesn't matter how you do your stones. Right now I just put it in just for demonstration purposes, but I would obviously do this as the amethyst crown chakra and then work your way around. So this will be your crown chakra. This can be your root chakra, or you could do it in a circle where it's your crown, and you're either going down the crown, down the chakra system, or you could do it going up the chakra system, however way you want. But it's whatever your spirit calls you to do, whatever you want to do. You could do it that way, or you could just put the stones however way, whatever color stones you want. But just make sure that you have your triangle going up and then the other inner triangle going down. All right, within it. So this is the Merkabah way that I do my meditation. Yeah. So I pretty much imagine myself in my Merkabah like this. So I pretty much sit in the middle and I envision my Merkabah field around my body. And I pretty much combine the information that I've learned from Drunvalo Melchizedek from the Fire of Life book, the 2 volumes. The first book, it teaches you about the history of it. And it gets all into like the African ancient history as well. So don't get caught up with just trying to stick to one way of learning. Learn from all types of modalities and information, but they talk about it anyway, so it's kind of like a double plus. And the second volume, he talks about the meditations and techniques and stuff like that. You guys should definitely get that book. It's kind of cool. And what you say is, you state your name, call upon Ya Merkabah, and then you state whatever you want. So I would say, I, Daylon, call upon Ya Merkabah to protect me, or to increase in energy, or to grow stronger and taller, or to vibrate higher, things like that. The good thing about being a practitioner is that the more that you learn about different techniques, the more your spirit will call you to do things however way you want to do them. So don't ever get caught up about doing things a certain way of how you learn them. Maybe at first just to get a hang of it, but then eventually when you start to be very intuitive and listen to yourself, your body's going to want you, your body, your whole Merkabah field, your spirit is going to want you to do maybe something slightly different. Maybe not use certain stones, maybe just use candles, maybe whatever it is. Follow that instinct, follow that intuition. You could only be given, it's just like everyone who read a certain type of book may not get the same kind of knowledge from that book or understanding from that book. That's why it takes so many different people. Sometimes I'm like, yo, everybody's talking about the same thing, but it's only because there's different people that can relate to different people. I could say one thing to you today and you not get it, and then Brother Panic could come out and say the same thing and you'll get it. I don't know if that has anything to do with soul groups, because we all have the same kind of like
I want to say imprint. We're not the same, but we all have the same kind of like lessons, so to speak. It's like it's the same ladder, but where we are in the ladder are all different, right? But I may, like, a second grader may say something to the first grader and they'll understand, because whatever the third grader said, the first grader doesn't understand. It's just like some people, the way they put it, you gravitate to that information a lot faster. You get it. It's like an instant bulb goes over your head. But when if somebody else said the same thing, you probably didn't get it before. And that's all right. As long as we get the message across and you guys are empowering yourself and you're doing the work, then you're all good. And remember, don't be so caught up about doing things all the time. It's very important to know that your purpose is to be yourself.
One more thing, guys. The Merkabah is pretty much, the two triangles are pretty much two-star tetrahedrons. And tetrahedrons represent fire, which is one of the four elements, as you know. And it also represents, your personal power, your will, pretty much the solar plexus energy, the solar plexus chakra. And if you think about the other platonic solids, there are only five, and all five of them fit into the flower of life. If you remove the gold seal that's around it and it's completed, like all the circles are completed, it'll create pretty much the Merkabah field. And all of those five platonic solids fit into this, each point perfectly. And they're the only if you're learning about sacred geometry, because when I first started to learn about knowledge of self, I somehow started with sacred geometry, esotericism, or esotericism, however you want to pronounce it, astrology, you know, all the cell salts in the body that are in connection with all the zodiac signs. Like, you start to learn a lot about different things. Once you learn one thing, you go into like different things. And this is why sometimes, even as a Virgo, I started to delve into a lot, but then I realized I had to pause and really start being in the now. You can't be self-aware if you're in the future or if you're in the past. You have to be in the now, right? So I digress. I don't want to talk too much. So each of those five platonic solids, they all represent earth, fire, wind, water, and ether. And fire is the star tetrahedron. The two star tetrahedrons that creates the Merkabah are actually spinning real fast in polar opposite ends, creating this Merkabah field around you. All right. You guys check it out. So you guys check it out. Do some research for yourself. And when you start to like learning about these things, some of you probably already are if you're on my channel or you came from Masterly Foolish page. You guys are way past this, but there are a lot of people that are just awakening right now and that need this kind of information. I remember when I was just awakening, I was just like, see more. I was like, feed me, see more. I needed more information, and I'm glad that I had the avenues and the outlets and the individuals to teach this to me, either if I knew them personally or not. All right. So learn about that and pay attention to what information triggers your genetic coding and try to figure out what resonates with you. Everything that you learn, you may not resonate with, and that's okay. It may or may not come back around later, but at least that'll be your truth when you start to resonate with what resonates with you. But you got to start doing the work and start doing the research. This is constant, y'all. This will be forever until you transcend up out of here. So the only real thing that I can honestly say that I've always resonated with and always believed in my heart was to gain more information of self. Definitely gain more awareness of self. There's really nothing else worth pursuing. It's funny how many celebrities and people that I've seen that have climbed the ladder and become so successful, and they're all looking or now starting to ask the basic questions like, who am I? And some of us that don't even have the finances or the fame or anything like that already started. All right. So know yourself. All right. Bye.